President Biden took executive action today to speed up financial relief to millions of Americans affected by the coronavirus pandemic. And he signed two executive orders, one to increase food aid for struggling families, and the other, the first step in raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour for federal workers and contractors. The president using today's actions as a bridge to the nearly $2 trillion rescue package that he wants Congress to approve. And tonight we are joined by Tendayi Kapfidze. He is the Vice President and Chief Economist for LendingTree, an online loan marketplace, and he specializes in housing and mortgage markets. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's begin with the $1,400 stimulus check proposal that the president wants to push through. That extra money, how far will that go to help people right now who are struggling and in need?
Yeah, I think it'll have a significant impact. If you go back to last year when there was the initial $1,200 check, that really supported consumer spending through the spring and the summer. And remember that, that payment, it increases by the number of family members and it increases by the number of children. So the total will be more than $1,400 for a lot of families. And the other thing that the president has done is that he has directed the Treasury Department to find about 8 million households that still haven't received the initial $1,200 from last year. So those households, $1,200 plus $600 plus $1,400 would really be looking at a significant amount of money coming in.
Let's talk about those two other points, raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour for federal workers and also contractors, as I just said, and then increasing food aid. How can that best be used to really address people who are struggling?
So the food aid is really important. There are about 29 million people who are targeted with this food aid that the president signed in today. And what they're doing is that they're increasing the amount of food aid that folks are eligible for, which is really important at this time. We have between 10 and 20 million people who are still out of work compared to this time last year. It's really difficult to nail the numbers down because of the different ways that it's measured. But if you look at total payrolls, it's down 10 million. If you look at people who are on unemployment claims, it's between 15 and 20 million, depending on the week. And then there's millions more people who are unable to get on that unemployment claim support program, which are in this 29 million people that the president is targeting with this food aid. So it's really important for people to get food on their table, and this is an essential program that was signed today.
Yeah, just essential. I want to get your thoughts on home sales, because we just had this report, home sales, the highest they've been since 2007, and that, of course, is driving up home costs. What impact will that have on people who are struggling to find a home, buy a home, rent a place right now during the pandemic? What's causing this, and what will be the implications?
Yeah, so one of the biggest stories in the economy is this idea of a K-shaped recovery, where certain Americans are doing very well, but others are not doing so well. And it's not, it's nowhere is it clearer than in the housing market. 2020 was a record year for home sales. People who were able to work from home, who didn't lose their jobs because they were spending less money on other things, had a lot of money for down payments. Mortgage rates were at record lows because of activity by the Federal Reserve. So that really boosted a lot of activity in the housing market for folks who had money and who were able to get mortgages. But on the other hand, there's about 14 million households that are behind on their rent. And these are people in industries where they've lost jobs, like service industries, hospitality, and travel industries. So you really see this bifurcation of the economy. And some of these plans that the president is announcing are really targeted at addressing that other part of the K-shape that are not doing so well. So it's a strong housing market for some, but it's a challenging rental market for others, and that's probably going to continue throughout this year.
Real quickly before I let you go, for folks who are getting some relief, whether it be $1,400 or for families a little bit more, what is your advice to best use that money right away to address the needs?
Obviously, if you have like day-to-day family needs that you need to meet, you should go ahead and address that. But if you don't have, an emergency savings, I think we all learned last year that it's really important to have a cushion of savings that you can, turn to in times of crisis. So, that would be my encouragement, get some emergency savings if you don't need to spend the money right away. And then another thing is, if you haven't received any government support, it probably means that they're looking for you, they can't find you, especially for people who typically don't file taxes. A lot of those people are eligible for government support, but they think they're not because they don't file taxes. So I'd say go to the Treasury website and try and figure out if there's some support for you out there that maybe you haven't accessed.
A lot of good advice. Relief is on the way. Every little bit helps. We certainly know that is true right now. Tendayi Kapfidze with Lending Tree, thank you so much for your advice tonight.
Thanks for having me.